Hey guys, and welcome to the long-awaited Proxy Pics follow-up video. I've been wanting to do this one for so long, but I just have not gotten a lot of offers. And of course, I wanted to, get as much experience under my belt as I could, so that way I could actually relay valuable information to you guys. So we are on an offer, and it's actually the same place that we did our very first one in the last video. So it should be pretty easy. But also, this is the first offer that we've taken pretty much since that video. This will be our fourth offer that we've taken on the platform, which means I have 3 under my belt already. They're all pretty similar offers. There are a lot of different types of offers, and I'm going to get to that. So while I haven't actually done too much like I really wanted to, I have been seeing a lot of different types of offers and kind of just watching the app as it gives me some things. So we'll be talking about my thoughts on that as much as I can. Now, the very first thing I do want to say is that this offer is really weird how I got it. They literally just assigned it to me. I didn't choose it. I didn't, whatever. It was just like, oh, hey, you've done this before. We liked your work, so you're going to do it again, which is wild to me. I'm not totally opposed to it. I just think it's kind of weird that they did it that way. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about that. I totally could have just dropped it if I wasn't able to do it, but I was, so we're on our way now. So with that being said, I'm gonna take you along. I don't have my other phone to record what I'm doing while I'm doing it, so I'll just kind of do POV style and cut in and out as I'm doing it. So we're almost there, but I'll see you in the next clip. All right, we just pulled up to the Clearb. I'm gonna take you along. We're gonna knock this out, and then we'll talk about what I think of the app. So let's get to it. All right, we just took pictures of all 4 of these entrances because it wants me to do for the whole building, and it had 4 separate spots for these canopy lights. So I just did 1, 2, 3, and there's another one down there. But now I'm going to be doing the landscaping lights, which are these guys right here. So let's check that off the list. All right, making our way down the parking lot, looking at things like this. One of those is out, and this is another one. One's damaged and the other one is completely out. So this is the kind of stuff we're looking for. All right, we are making our, oh my gosh, I almost died. Anyways, we're making our way around the back of the building. And I will say, there's just a slight breeze that is just piercing everything I have. These gloves are worthless. It's only 32 degrees, but it feels like it's 0. Anyway, none of this stuff on the back was lit up last time, and it's looking the same this time, so very interesting. I guess my audit did absolutely nothing. So again, with the 2 sections of photos, it's kind of weird, but they have one that has the general things where you take 1 picture and put it in that section, and then for multiples like these security lights or whatever they're called, you take 1 and put it in that section, and then the rest you put in the unlimited section. So that's not the same for every job, but that's how it works for this one, which is definitely a good thing to know, because last time I had to go all the way back around and get duplicates. So don't make the same mistake I did. But yeah, I mean, different jobs will be different, of course. So here we're gonna get the loading dock, which has its own section, but there are 2. So we are going to put one of these in the other section. So that's how I'm doing it, at least my expert opinion of having done 4 offers. All right, we have looped around back to the front, and we're gonna get that 360 shot, which is kind of cool. You can get a virtual view, and then the close-ups of the Sephora and Kohl's lights, see if there's any damage. It looks like there's some dirt and stuff inside it, so I'll show you that. So see the stuff coming down on the K and the H. I'll be taking close-ups like this and stuff of Sephora as well. I think, individual photos of each of the letters. So, nice. All right, we are done with the building, and now we just have to go over to the multi-tenant pylon and grab that. So, went so much faster than last time because I knew what I was doing and I wasn't taking unnecessary duplicate pics. Again, any extra that you can't fit in the main thing just kind of goes into the overflow unlimited section. And if you don't fill out every one of those, that's okay, since you have everything else in the main section. So just 2 more pics to do and we'll be done, and then we'll go over what I think of it. So let's get to it. All right, right here. And it's just the same as last time. Yeah, all those up there are out. So let's take a pic. All right, all done with that. And then all we had to do was just fill out the questionnaire. It said 2 out of 1, kind of weird. It was asking 1 for how many outages there were, which I counted up, there was 24, but it didn't let me type that in anywhere. And then it was asking specifically if there was like any damage to anything, any cracks or whatever. And there weren't any, but so a little weird on that, but it gave us the $25. So we're sitting solid. All in all, by the time we get home, it'll be about an hour again. But again, I mean, I'm making a video, so I probably could have been, you know, home, driveway to driveway in about 45 minutes if I was just laser focused. But of course, it depends on the job. So with that, let's talk about a few things. One thing on my mind specifically was last time I said that a lot of these jobs are during night. And so if you're not comfortable with that, then it might not be the best option for you. And while that's still true, there are definitely a lot of night audits or whatever you call these. There are also lots of daytime ones. Specifically, I've seen ones that you're just taking a few pics of a house from the street, like you're not even going around, paying $20, pretty easy. I've seen it as low as $14, which is kind of crazy. But I hadn't ever done any of those just because it always conflicted with, you know, whatever else I was doing, or I felt like I could just work DoorDash or Spark or whatever else to make more for my time. But it's always still great to have an option. And knowing that you can do it day or night is also pretty good as well. Another thing I wanted to talk about is that the guy who actually introduced me to the app, Dashing Womble, for me in my market, right, like I'm not getting too many. I could probably do a couple a week at most. Whereas he said he's literally doing just Proxy Pics at this point. So depending on your market, if you have the order volume, then it can definitely pay really well. And I'm sure there's lots of different order types, but $25 for an hour and a handful of miles is really solid. Now, I did want to specifically talk about the order types. Unfortunately, this isn't something I have under my belt. I prefer, I think, because I haven't done the other kind, but I prefer the kind like this where it's just going around the building outside looking at, you know, the lights and whatever, whether it's day or night. It's just a lot easier. There are offers that require like setting up an appointment time and going inside and doing a lot of like LiDAR scanning and different things. They definitely pay more. I've seen some pay upwards of $50 or $60, and but I don't know, for me it just seems like too much of a hassle and I'd rather not talk to somebody, and I don't know. But if you're comfortable with it, sure, there's probably going to be a learning curve, but that's with every app. Even with just these types of offers, it can definitely be pretty solid. So all in all, what do I think? For me, unfortunately, it's just not enough. And the timing is a little bit unfortunate with the other things I've got going on. Of course, I'm still going to keep the app, and if something like this pops up again, yeah, I'll do it. $25. I'm not turning that down. So I'd probably say like B tier. I really like how it works. I just wish it had more order volume. And I mean, like, I will say, like, there's no way I'm taking a $14 offer to go drive somewhere. So, but again, that's what's nice about these apps, is you get to choose what you're going to take. So I would overall recommend it. And hey, if it's got good order volume in your market, then it could be really good for you. So that's pretty much where I stand with Proxy Pics. Oh, there was actually one thing I forgot to mention that was really weird to me as well. It did offer me something way out, well, not way out, it was like 5 or 6 miles out of my radius that I had set. So again, I do a 20-mile radius, and it sent me one for like 26 or 27 miles away from me. So I was like, I don't know what that's about. I only think I got like 1 or 2 of those, and I mean, I just ignored it, but weird. And it hasn't really been a problem. Just wanted to mention that. Also, I should say that there was an effort to do some of those weird offers so that I could just get it under my belt. But in this specific instance, I literally tried to accept it and it just wouldn't let me. So I think the app is just a little bit glitchy sometimes. So I didn't bother to call support, and like, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal to me. But just know, maybe it might be weird, but you could probably get it resolved with support. So just another thing to consider. So I actually just went and rewatched my first impressions video, which I would definitely recommend you go watch. I stand by pretty much everything I've said in that video, and it's definitely fun to watch me kind of fumble through my first attempt at one of those. So yeah, it'll be linked in the description if you want to check that out, and also be the recommended video here at the end of this. So go check that out. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all I've got. So let me know down in the comments if you have tried out Proxy Pics. If you download it because of me, that's great. And let me know how it goes. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.